And the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. In this famous passage, a tremendous amount of excellent teaching about the rapture is found. For example, the Lord himself is going to come at the revelation when he comes down to the earth. And he comes down to the earth to defeat the armies of Antichrist and the armies of the kings of the east, to defend Israel from what would otherwise be certain destruction. And when he comes down, according to Revelation 19, he comes with the millions of saints. If we come down from heaven with Jesus riding on white horses, and we are in our resurrection body, and we're wearing robes of white, representing the righteousness of the saints, then obviously, logically, at some point previous to Armageddon, we have received a resurrection body. Because all Christians, those who are in heaven now, in their spirit, and those who are alive at the time Christ comes, in the air, are going to have a resurrection body. One of the things that's misunderstood by a lot of people is the purpose of the rapture. The purpose of the rapture resurrection is this. God has to transform your mortal body, which either for dead Christians lies in ashes in the ground, or for those who are alive when Jesus comes, is a body that is not fit for eternity. It's mortal. It's corruptible. And God tells us that he's going to take our body and transform it into a body fit for eternity. Now, the word rapture actually was introduced by a great Christian teacher in 385 AD named Jerome. He was one of the fathers of the early church. And in his writings and translation of the New Testament into Latin, he came to this passage in 1 Thessalonians, and he came to verse 17 and says that we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together. And he looked at that word caught up, and he used the best Latin word possible, which was repair. Repair is to snatch up by external force. And what he was saying is, that's the best word. And in the Latin of his version of the Bible that was very popular all the way from 385 all the way up until the King James Bible, repair was used. That became the origin of the word rapture, used as a noun. The snatching up of the bodies of both those who died in the grave and those who were alive. The purpose of the rapture is to transform your body into a body fit for eternity. In 1 Corinthians 15:53, you'll find that what God is saying is that for this corruptible, in other words, our natural body in verse 53, must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Your body is corruptible. Your body is mortal. It must put on incorruption. It must put on immortality. Right now, your body is not fit for heaven. It's not fit to travel at the speed of thought from heaven to earth and back so that you might rule and reign with Jesus Christ, as we are promised in several places. The Bible tells us that we're going to appear at the judgment seat of Christ. There we're going to receive crowns and awards that we might enjoy for eternity. Well, if you are in disembodied spirit, which is what our fellow Christians in heaven are, they don't have a body, they're there in spirit. Remember, Jesus said to the thief on the cross, "Today you'll be with me in paradise." Paul said to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So the Bible does not teach soul sleep. No, those who die in the faith, believers in Christ, are instantly transformed. Their body goes into the ground, their spirit goes to heaven, the New Jerusalem, called paradise, and there it is joyfully, consciously, in the presence of Jesus and the other saints. But you don't yet have a body. You can't eat and drink at the marriage supper of the Lamb unless you